Hello and welcome to the Audacity Factor. My name is Catherine Dahl. I'm your host here, also founder of our community on Patreon. Please join me there. You can join for free. There's all kinds of resources for you to tap into, especially if you're interested in empowering yourself, in tapping into your courage to make better choices for your life and really creating this, not just a vision for what you want, but for living what it is you want and how you want to feel. So I found it really interesting today that, in our whole empowerment journey, we can make a choice. And this is how yo-yo dieting happens. This is how we can make a promise to ourselves and then break it. And then it issues us right back into a pattern that we're attempting to leave or attempting to not return to. I found it really interesting that the pushback that you get from yourself when you are wanting to make a change in your life. And that's aside from the pushback you may get externally from others who are saying, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Blah, 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 blah. Because whatever, they feel threatened or they feel it's stupid or who cares? And that's really what it is we can't make it about the other people. We've got to be able to make it about ourselves. But anyway, in regard to yourself, when you are making this, say to yourself, for me, I believe that really our choices are between just two things, and that keeps it really simple. So is this thing I'm going to do, say, be whatever it is it going to empower me? Is it going to support me in the way I want to be in the world? Is it going to um, tap into my courage? Is it going to help me tap into the innate power that I have and drive me toward the vision that I want for my life? When we do that, and I believe it's part of a result of kind of our initial training, because we're literally trained in groups. The family group is our very first group we're a member of, not by choice, but by determination. It's determined for us. I remember at one point in my life where I thought, oh my God, my daughter didn't choose to be here. I brought her here. So she is fully my responsibility to raise in the best way that I know how. But, and then we go to school or we go to daycare. And these are all different groups that we are then associated with and learn the particular guidelines and rules of. And that just continues through our lives. It can be our friend group. It can be our colleagues. There are just so many different scenarios that are all group relational, always. So we're always going to be challenged, especially when we change and when we want express a desire to change and for our lives to be different. And it's really amazing the pushback though that we get internally, because our ego feels threatened by any changes and it feels like it is the dominant power. So why is it always the whole power struggle thing? When you feel yourself in that power struggle, you know what's right for you and what's not right for you. In your gut, you know. In your soul, you know. In your heart, you know. And it's not ever based in fear, but this is what drives the ego to say, hey, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want, so it puts up blocks in your way, whether it's thoughts, destructive thought patterns that are going to undermine the choice that you just made, that really is what's really aligned for you. It's like leaving a bad relationship or leaving a bad workplace, or finally saying, you know what, my family is just in a dynamic that I don't want to be a part of. Because you can say that. You can say that. So be mindful when you make one of those empowering choices. Be mindful, number one, that you're going to get pushback from inside, from you. Your ego is not really you, though, and I want you to know that. As many of you know, I've studied A Course in Miracles, and the ego is a human construct. That's where all of our fear comes from. And fear just creates illusions. So when you have those distractions that are then going to take you away from this empowering decision and choice you made, because we all know, and that I talk about this often, probably in almost every video, that without the empowered action to go with the empowered choice, it still is just latent possibility. That's it. So be mindful then. And know ahead of time that you're going to get pushback, and have ready for yourself a list of, let's say, 5 things that you know will keep you on track to where you want to be going, what you want to be doing, that action you want to be taking. And you may have to do this every single day. This is what I call our daily terms and conditions. If you want to know more about that, please go to our Patreon community. You can get actually a download PDF of the morning empowerment ritual practices. And this is part of it. It's I consider it our morning terms and conditions, where you have to acknowledge it first thing. Okay, this may happen. These are the things that I'm agreeing to for today. And I'm sure. And we don't agree to things that are going to disempower us. So we're agreeing to things that empower us. We're agreeing to breathe life into what we want, not into what we don't want. Ask yourself always, is this choice, this action going to take me away from what I want or toward what I want? Is it going to undermine the choice that I just made, or is it going to support that? This is one of the most powerful, simple, and direct ways to embrace your courage and live it. Live your empowered life. This is one of literally of the simplest and most direct ways. So I encourage you to embrace this and use it. Say, when you decide you're going to eat healthy, kind of what's the first thing backlash piece that you get? Okay. And you probably know them. So you could probably make a list of 5 of those things and make a list of 5 things to counteract that immediately, so that you tap into here, not into here, not into things that are going to undermine you, but the things that are going to support you. So think about that. Do that exercise and see what happens for you. All right. I'll see you all in the next video. And again, head to my Patreon. It's my birthday this week, and there is a coupon code for 50% off anything in my shop.